But things are not looking so bad either. We have with us Osama, and we are here to talk about a very, very special role that you're doing these days, a very sensitive role in drama serial Mushk, of course. I've jumped straight into it.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
No, it's great to have you here, and I'm so happy that we're talking face to face because वही बात है Zoom पे पता ही नहीं चलता कि अगला बंदा क्या सोच रहा है, and you know.
हाँ, absolutely. It's so awkward and so weird कि अगर घर में भी बैठे हैं तो अगर कोई आ जाए, कोई दरवाजा खोल ले, कोई कुछ कर ले तो आपको इशारे से कैमरा से हट के ना कहना पड़ता, नहीं रुक जाओ मैं भी हूँ यहाँ पे लगा हुआ है कुछ.
It was so like alien-esque, kind of like.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's
very strange. जितने भी मेरे दोस्त हैं, even family members जो घर पे बैठ के काम कर रहे हैं, it's so weird to see them function full on, but they can't completely. तो वो थोड़े से detach भी हुए हैं, तो काम नहीं हो रहा है. So it's very, very.
I think it's a bizarre new world order that we're getting used to.
Yeah.
और शायद साल एक और लगे और hopefully चीजें बेहतर भी हो जाएं.
Inshallah.
Right. Osama, last time हमने बात की थी, we spoke while we were watching Ruswai. It was also a very sensitive drama.
Yeah.
Mushk, of course, is not overall that it's not about a social cause per se, but it addresses so many different issues.
Yeah.
And your character is facing such a intense issue right now. हमारी जो ये episode थी, and I have to say, by the way, what a performance.
Thank you.
It was such an amazing performance that when I was watching the last episode of Mushk, and we see Shayan, who's already married, and he has a child, and he has a wife, and he's being forced to marry his young cousin who's 12 years old?
Yeah, 12, 14.
12, 14, and that discomfort and that visual trauma, मुझे देखते हुए लगा, is this Osama Tahir, the actor, being uncomfortable in this role? Because it's just so, it's so bitter.
Yeah.
Or is it Shayan being uncomfortable in the position that he's been put in?
So it's a bit of both. Absolutely, it's a bit of both. तो मैंने एक ये चीज़ की थी, तो when the girl was being prepped for the wedding scene, for the wedding night, right? तो मैंने उसको देखा नहीं था तैयार होते हुए.
अच्छा.
मैंने कहा let it be. I'm not gonna look at it. I'm not gonna. मैं हट के अलग से डायरेक्टर के साथ में बैठा हुआ था.
Right.
And I very easily said, okay, it's okay, I'll just get ready upstairs, it's fine. मेरा कौन सा कोई मेकअप शेकअप होना है या कुछ और होना है, वैसे ही बुरे हाल दिखाने हैं ना,
बिल्कुल,
it's fine.
बिल्कुल.
तो so I was very mentally ready to see something unexpected. पता था कि तैयार तो हो रही है, अब किस नौयत की तैयार हो रही है, क्या उसने मेकअप लगाया हुआ होगा, अगर है भी या नहीं है. I had no actual idea, right? So the scene starts actually with me opening the door and entering the room, and I see her.
निकाह के वक्त.
वो निकाह जब हो चुका होता है.
अच्छा, उसके बाद.
So we shot this in a different way, right? So what we shot first was the wedding night. It was just in a way that it was
and
easy.
Even the nikah is a conservative nikah in which the dulha dulhan are in separate rooms.
Yeah. वो होती है, फिर वो चली जाती है, फिर वो इस तरह करके वो होता है. But that was something that happened later anyway. From my first viewing of the girl ready in a wedding dress was that scene.
Right.
When Shayan enters the room.
Right.
ठीक है. So the face that I have on is very genuinely in shock.
Right.
कि oh no, ये तो हो रहा है.
Yeah, it's like bloody hell.
This is happening right now. Like an actual child is dressed up as a bride.
Yeah.
तो दरवाजा खुलता है, I enter and I see her, and I'm like, oh no.
मुझे सुन के कुछ हो रहा है, you know, कुछ goosebumps से होते हैं.
खामोशी भी है, थोड़ी सी हल्की सी खुंकी भी थी. तो मैं अंदर आता हूँ, मैं देखता हूँ, मैंने कहा, अच्छा. Now this is awkward, and there were no set directions.
Right.
बस ये बताया था generally कि you have to walk till there, take off your sherwani, and then that's it. So the path of walking all the way across, looking at her and trying to see कि अच्छा ये बैठी हुई, and her awkwardness as well as a child actress who's just sitting there.
Yeah.
She just has a blank face on, and I was surprised. I was just using that on what she had. So it was very strange, very strange. कि ये होता है और इसी तरह होता है अमूमन, और कुछ लोग पसंद से भी करते हैं इस तरह. Like how do they do it, man?
I mean, ये होता है ना, society का बहुत बड़ा मसला है हमारा. Child rights, child marriages are a big problem.
Yeah, it's a serious problem. They don't understand कि ये किस हद तक traumatizing होता है बच्चे के लिए. Be it a guy or a girl, whoever it is, right? It's not regular, it's not fun. You know, conceptually it might be fun कि ooh, you know, I'm going to be a bride, ooh, मेरी शादी हो रही है, that and everything, but when you get down to it, it's very scary, it's very absurd. It's absolutely weird. So yeah, so as an actor and as the character, both were in shock.
It was kind of overlapping, right?
Yeah.
It was superimposed.
Yeah, absolutely.
वो बड़ा real था
absolutely,
वो.
absolutely. It
वो
was very strange.
It was very, yeah, absolutely.
मतलब मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि जो मेरी मेंटालिटी जो थी उस वक्त, एक तो मैंने जो शायान को जो बनाया, as his physicality, as his जिस उसकी आंखें फटी हुई रहती हैं हर वक्त, क्योंकि उसकी आंखें फटी हुई रहती हैं हर वक्त.
Yeah.
तो that कि he has accepted it. He's going to do this. He will marry this child now for his sake and for his sister's sake. So what would he actually do? How would he actually go about it? So that was weird, to say the least. Yeah.
To say the least.
Yeah, to say the very least.
How important was it to show the actual rukhsati and to show the wedding night? Because when Muqaddar Khan says that, you know, मैं अपनी बेटी की मुस्तकबिल को महफूज कर रहा हूँ, and he quotes his own sister's example, which is completely not believable. But how important was it to show the actual rukhsati? मेरा actual ख्याल था कि निकाह हो जाएगा, but he'll say that she's so young कि ये 18 की हो जाए या बालिग हो जाए तो फिर हम इसकी रुखसती कर देंगे. But she's now committed to this man. Did you ever wonder, was this ever part of the discussion?
Okay, honestly, मेरे ज़हन में कभी ये आया नहीं था कि इस तरह होना चाहिए, क्योंकि जिस तरह स्क्रिप्ट में लिखा हुआ था ऐसा होता है. I personally know people, girls who were married off at the age of 15, 16. I mean, it's not that big of a gap between a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
तो और उनका निकाह हुआ, उनकी रुखसती हो गई थी. They were sent off, and that was it. So for me, it's not unbelievable to see कि बच्चियां जो हैं जब उनकी शादी हो जाती है तो उसी वक्त उनकी रुखसती भी हो जाती है. तो I think, and for that very reason, Imran wrote that scene in that way, because it happens. It's a reality of our unfortunate society.
Reality,
It absolutely happens. So we didn't question it in that way. The only thing was कि अच्छा ये हकीकत है, ये दिखाना है. तो let's try to show it to the best of our ability कि क्या हो सकता है कि अगर शायान जैसा किरदार अगर आता है इस सिचुएशन में, वो क्या करेगा. बिस्तर में तो नहीं लेटेगा. नहीं लेटेगा, उसकी तो इतनी हालत जाम हुई होगी, वो नहीं कर पाएगा वो. Even if he wants to or whatever, like it's not possible right now. Today it's not happening.
Right.
So therefore we just say, okay, fine, then that's it. That's what we're doing. और फिर उसका जो subsequent scene होता है, फिर that was also in the back of my mind for the character कि वो जिस कश्मकश में है तो वो करेगा क्या, सोचेगा क्या, कहेगा क्या. तो yeah, that was there, so it worked in that way.
It may be a bit unfair, but I'm going to give the entire onus of Shayan's character to you right now. Like, you are responsible for Shayan's character.
I'll take it.
कुछ सवाल है मेरे दिमाग में. पहली बात तो ये कि जब शायान भागता है, effectively जब उसको मामी भगा देती है कि तुम जाओ, and he realizes मुकद्दर खान's power at that point. उसको पता होता है कि यार मैं एक दफा भाग के मुझे पकड़ के वापस ला चुके हैं, और कितने सालों से मेरा दोस्त है खाने में था बंद, और खुद भी he's been there for a year or so. Why does he go straight to the police officer, where I would hope that he knows that सब मुकद्दर खान के हाथ में है.
So that's really funny, because a lot of people messaged me, a lot of people said कि तुम कितनी दफा पकड़े जाओगे बेवकूफ आदमी, तुम कितनी बार ही करोगे अपने साथ. And I think the best justification that we could come up with is that he's so angry and he's so revengeful of what's happened to him and what's happening to his family कि उसको बदला लेना है. चाहे कुछ हो जाए, उसने बदला तो लेना ही लेना है. वो ऐसे नहीं छोड़ के भाग जाएगा. It's not like कि बस छोड़ दिया, भाग गया, but now live your own life. कुछ ना कुछ तो उसको करके रहना है. So I think in that final desperate attempt, वो दूसरे शहर ऑलमोस्ट चला जाता है, right? From within the गांव से फिर वो एक और जगह जाता है. वहाँ पे फिर जो थाना होता है, he said fine, I'm a bit away. It's somewhere of a शहर. अब यहाँ पे मैं जाके पुलिस से बात करके now I'll get this guy. So I think that was the mentality. It wasn't so much के doing the right thing, and you know, such wrong people should not be allowed to.
But हमारे दिमाग में भी यही आया था कि यार तू कितनी दफा पकड़ा जाएगा.
Exactly. But I think, okay, so the way that could have been justified in a more comprehensible way is कि वो इस तरह दिखाएं कि थोड़ा सा टाइम गुजरता है कि वो निकल गया है, भाग गया है, सबको पता चल गया कि वो निकल गया, वो भाग गया, वो पकड़ा नहीं जा रहा है, and then he would go to the police, and then he would speak to them, and then he would have his revenge. But that's also kind of like an unnecessary drag. तो फिर ये तो कि वो निकल गया ना, ठीक है, निकल गया, भाग गया है. What would he do eventually? He would eventually have his revenge.
Right.
So that was the impulse. तो फौरन जाओ पुलिस के पास. और कौन है और किसके पास जाएगा?
अच्छा, उसके पास कोई कांटेक्ट का कोई तरीका नहीं है आउटर वर्ल्ड के लिए, कोई टेलीफोन? आई मीन बहुत कम, there's very little shown of him remembering महक. बहुत कम दिखाया हुआ कि वो याद कर रहा है. Does he know that he has a child? कितनी देर हो गई उसको आए हुए? कुछ है, कुछ मेरे दिमाग में कुछ confusion है इन दोनों को लेके.
See,